Okay, the title of the talk will change because we already did 46 cases, and I will present 44 cases that we done. Focused ultrasound in treatment of essential tremor and Parkinson's disease was approved as a treatment in Israel in 2013 according to the AC regulation in Europe, not the FDA. And between 2013 and 2016, we treated, June 2016, we treated 44 patients with focused ultrasound. We screened something like 3,000 patients that apply for the focused ultrasound. 200 of them were suitable for the treatment, but we did only 44 patients because of financial concern, because it's not in the basket of the National Health Insurance. So we had 23 patients with essential tremor patient. You can see the distribution here. And 17 patients with Parkinson's disease, and another 3 patients with what we call essential tremor Parkinson's disease, which is a different entity, and 1 patient with MSA. She was an MSA patient. The target was always, as you see here, in the plane of ACPC, 14 millimeter to the midline. This was the initial target. If there was a ventricular megaly or a large ventricle, third ventricle, so we put it at 11.5 millimeter from the ventricle wall. And if it was a difference between those two measures, we put it in between as the starting point of treatment. Whenever we saw, after we raised the temperature, that there is a need to change the target, we change it with a small increment, like between 0.5 to 0.2 to 0.5 millimeter only, and we think it's enough to change all the side effect and effect. So we treat the VIM, and you see the homunculus, and we try to treat the hand. But as you will see later, we also succeed to treat leg tremor and jaw tremor in our patient. So the sonication measure in the 44 patients, where, as you can see, the maximum energy was up to 36,000, because we took also patients with a SDR of 0.31, and the result, all patients except 1 were tremor-free immediately at the end of the procedure. You can see the result for the patient with essential tremor. They all have an improvement in the rating scale and in quality of life. When you see the Parkinson's disease and the 17 patients, you see also the same attitude of improvement in UPDRS and the quality of life of the patient. In 9 of the 12 patients with additional leg or jaw tremor, changing the target during the procedure, according to the VIM somatotopic representation, successfully stopped the tremor in the leg and the jaw. A patient with additional eye blinking shows successfully blinking cessation. Tremor reemerged in 6 months. After 6 months, we didn't see any patient that the tremor returned. All of the patients that we saw that the tremor return was in the first 6 months. And we saw it in three patients with essential tremor, 2 in Parkinson's disease, 2 in ATPD, and the 1 with MSA. In all cases, the tremor returned, but not as it was before, except 2. 42 of the 44 were satisfied with the procedure when they were asked for. Oops. Okay. I want to show you this video. Please push the video. Of a patient that has a recurrence. So this is before the treatment. And this is 1 month after the treatment. So you can write his name and a nice prayer. And 6 months after that, you see there is no tremor when you check the hand or by drinking. But when he tried to write, there's a return of the tremor. So there is a dissociation between the tremor that we see and the writing tremor in this patient. So you can see it here. It's not working again. Okay. I want to show this patient too. Please show the video. So this is before. Three months after, you can see we treated the right hand. But when she tried to write and draw, she has a return of the tremor, but not during the regular movement, like drinking and doing the thing. So those patients they feel okay, but it is a problem that we see this dissociation in the tremor. So the complication, we divided it for side effect during the sonication, like vertigo, usually falling backward, headache, dizziness, and lip paresthesia was only in 4 patients that we just moved the focus anteriorly. And then there was related to the thalamotomy, gait ataxia, unsteady feeling, all was transient. And we have 4 patients that they say that the taste of the food is not the same in the side that we treated. And it was also temporary. Again, it's not moving. Okay. We change the focus whenever we see that we didn't stop the tremor completely in the hand in small increments, like 0.1 to 0.5 millimeter. We think you don't need more than that. We don't change it in 1 millimeter. We need to stop. The last video, okay. I want to show you this patient because we don't have time. Please show the video. See this patient. She has a blinking also in the eye. You can see it. And you see the tremor. And this is after. And suddenly she realized that there is no blinking in the eye too. And this is the unsteadiness that you see post-operative. And this is after a month. And also the unsteadiness or the walking problem was returned to normal. show me the last slide. So our recommendation, careful patient selection, SDR, we think it must be more than 0.35, and changing the target in small steps. And we now use also a measurement of the tremor by using iPhone application, giving the patient an iPhone in the hand and measuring the tremor frequency before and after to have a better measurement of the tremor. And the next thing that we are going to do is we started now a study with multiple sclerosis, and we are going to the other, according to the experience of others, to try to do the OCD and depression and so on. This is the team. We have the neurologist, Dr. Schlesinger, neuroradiologist, and a team, a friend from the Insight Tech that help us. Thank you very much.